Hi everyone, welcome to the new video. So I got this comment from Muhammad Mudassir, uh, and I had to answer this comment briefly in a video. This video is for beginners who are uh, who don't know about DevOps or who wants to know that how actually things work in an organization when we work as DevOps engineer, when we work as cloud engineer. So this video is basically for beginners, and I had to answer this comment few days back, but it got delayed. So the comment is, if anybody is new in DevOps in cloud, so what is the work of cloud engineer? What is the work of DevOps engineer? And if any project in a project from end to start, what is the work of DevOps and cloud engineer? And how any project start? And in one time we have to work. So there are multiple questions in this. So how any project start? This is the second part. First part was, what is the work of cloud and DevOps engineer in a project from end to start? Then how any project start? And third question is that, if how we have to work, like if we have to work on one project at a time, or we have to work on multiple projects, we will handle it single handedly or there will be team. So I'll be answering all these three parts. So without further ado, let's go. So first we'll start with, what is a project? What kind of project comes in IT? Okay. So basically the projects that comes in IT are building an application or a system. It can be a website, it can be a mobile app, okay, it can be e-commerce site, um, it can be banking application, or it can be banking application, or it can be company internal tool, okay, company internal tool. So the project that comes, and like a company wants to build a online shopping website. So how does a project start? Okay, how does project start? So first step is, step one is do step one is idea and requirement. So they will tell what actually they need. Whenever a project it has to be started, step one is, what actually is the requirement, what the team wants. A team wants a shopping website which can handle millions of users. How many people will use it? Okay. So this is just an example I'm giving, but basically the requirements are, it's a long list of requirements. Okay. Then step two is, uh, where development team start coding. Okay. uh, Development team starts coding. So they will be writing the code for the front end, for the back end. Okay. Then comes the role of cloud engineer, and after that DevOps engineer. So whenever development team they are writing their code, they are building the UI, they are building the front end, they are building the back end. Okay, they need to actually see how, what is the output, how is the application actually looking after doing the changes in the code, and code is compiling fine. Is it giving the required output which is needed? For that, they need one server on which their code will be deployed. Then actually their application will be deployed. So basically to handle this, cloud engineers, uh, they create infrastructure. They will create environments, like there will be dev environment, there will be UAT, there will be staging, and there will be prod. So prod is the main environment where the live application will go and real-time user will start using the website. Before that, these dev, UAT, staging, here the testing will go on. Okay, so uh, so the so all these environments on which the application will be deployed, this infrastructure, that how the what kind of servers should be created, what kind of networking should happen, so that when the user, the real user, they will hit the URL, they are directed to the uh, shopping website. Okay, so this networking, how the data will get stored. Okay, the storage part, how the traffic will be handled, that load balancing part, that when there is lots of traffic, then how the website will be working. So cloud engineer will build and manage the infrastructure on code. So whenever any application that has to be built, it has to be deployed somewhere. Okay, there should be one server or one VM on which it should be deployed, so that whenever the user wants to access that website, it is up and running. So for that reason, there are cloud engineers. They build that everything that has to be done on cloud servers. They do it. Okay. Then step three is here the role of DevOps engineer comes to this. When we have the environment, the infrastructure on which the deployment will be done. Then DevOps engineer. So how the code will go from uh, developers repo to these environment which are created by um, uh, cloud engineer. So how this automation will happen, the pipelines will be created, so that whenever one change is happening, a pipeline should get triggered, a one push, it should trigger the pipeline, and the deployment should happen on the environment, and whatever is the feedback, instantly developers are able to see it. So to automate the deployment uh, part and less manual, to lessen the manual work, and also to monitor. Okay, uh, like automations for monitoring and handling those issues. Okay, so these all things are done by DevOps engineer. So I hope this all the steps are clear. Okay, so cloud engineer role is like how to manage the infrastructure, how people will log into the website, like the IAM roles, the how the verification, user authentication will happen, everything they decide. And DevOps engineer will try to lessen the work of manual work. Okay, faster deployment, automation, and stable system, like our application should be up and running all the time, and if any issue happens, then debugging that, so that deployment is happening, and after deployment the application is stable. Okay, so this all things are done by cloud or developers. So everyone work in sync, developers, cloud, and DevOps engineer. Okay. So there are tools which are there. So cloud engineer will work on cloud. They will AWS, Azure, GCP. DevOps engineer will have different tools that they work on. For CI/CD pipeline, they have um, CI/CD tools like Jenkins, GitHub Actions, GitLab CI/CD, um, Bitbucket. Then there are containerization, then there is orchestration, then there are monitoring tools. So this all is happening. So how the project life cycle is that first the idea comes, okay, then the developers write code, then a cloud engineer sets creates cloud setup, then and DevOps engineer sets CI and CD pipeline, then app is deployed, and then users start using app, then monitoring of app happens, monitoring, scaling, fixing issues, new features added. Okay, so after once the application is deployed, then comes that whatever changes are required, new features is going to add. So it continues, cycle continues till the time application is there. The cycle keeps on continuing. After that, we have to monitor, and whatever the issues are there, we have to fix. And if we have to add new features, those requirements we have to deliver. Now the question is, how we work. Do we work in one project or multiple project, or do we work uh, as a single person doing all the job, or do we work as a team? So depends on company, and it also depends on the number of projects. Okay, so if at a time we have one or two projects, okay, so maybe that is possible that you are the only person, or there are only two persons who are doing both DevOps and cloud for both the projects. Okay, but if there are there are multiple projects, okay, so maybe for each project we will have one team. In team we will have two developers, or like two DevOps, two cloud engineers. Okay, so and for each project there is this kind of team. Okay, where we have two DevOps engineer and two cloud engineer. And regarding there are companies where they divide the responsibilities too in between person, like there will be a cloud engineer. So in cloud, one person will be only managing Azure, one person will be only managing AWS, um, and in DevOps, one person will be maintaining the CI/CD pipelines and troubleshooting the issues. One person will be responsible for creating the CI/CD pipelines. Uh, then there will be one person who is just for monitoring and handling alerts, how the alerts should go. So those are SRE engineers. So it depends on the number of projects, the amount of work, and on company size too. So how we will be working, or how many people will be working. So I hope things are clear, and how actually all the three parts that were there in this comment, I hope I have answered everything. But please do let me know if something I have missed, or if you want to add something which is incorrect, or something which I have missed. Please feel free to comment down. So that's all. So that's it for today's video. I hope it's helpful. Please let me know your views in the comment section. Till then, take care. Bye.